saw the opportunity.
Welcome back, everybody. After a quick little break there, we've got the lobby just about set up now. You know, some technical issues, but
Ubisoft issues.
Ubisoft issues, but
it
is what it is. And now we should be getting into this first map, which is Cafe. Now, Cafe, classic Siege map. I believe it was reworked once. Yeah, it was reworked once, but yeah, classic maps. I don't really remember how well the Saints liked it too much last year, but overall it is pretty well a new roster anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say.
Yeah, so basically every best of 3 they had Cafe there at some point. I've just been informed, but yeah, Cafe classic Siege map. We get to see hopefully what's that top room called? I believe it's Cigar Room.
Yep, Cigar.
Yeah, that one. That was always my favorite to defend on, to be honest. But yeah, overall.
Yeah, we'll give a quick little run through. Actually, give a little overview of the 3 maps that'll be on the docket potentially. So, as I always call it, Cave Dostoevsky. Just the way you read it, that's Cave to me. So if you hear it, I'm calling it Cave. Villa and Oregon. So 3 maps that will be very familiar to anyone who's played Siege for more than 2 weeks. These are OG maps for the most part. I think at least Cave and Oregon have received a rework. I'm not exactly sure about Villa, but Oregon and Cave have definitely received a rework. Oregon, I think the Saints, I think we heard in the little room over there, they like to play Oregon. They think they've been playing pretty well on it, whether scrims have been going well, they've been liking their operator picks and everything. So Oregon is the map I think they'd say they're the most comfortable on, but however, it is map 3, so you have to get there if they want to play it. So got to go through Cave and Villas first, and we are going to get into pick and ban.
Yeah, and one thing to note too is that Cafe was actually Saints' pick here, with Muskingum picking over that Villa, and then last map left after bans, Oregon. So Saints should be pretty confident if this does end up going to a game 3. They seem pretty confident on that Oregon. Osa being banned, I like to see it. I think just based on what I casted last year, Osa very annoying to play against, almost like another Clash coming into the game, right?
Oh god,
another shield operator. We all know how annoying and borderline infuriating.
No, not borderline. Playing against Clash is the most infuriating thing in Siege history by far. So we are going to see Thatcher ban coming through. Very not surprising. Thatcher can dismantle an entire rooms with the utility with the single tap of a button. And he gets that multiple times. And say he's got a very good, I think he's got the AR-33 as well, so he's got a really solid kit all around. Maybe has, I think, smokes or flashes, can't exactly remember, but Thatcher, staple of Siege. He's been, I'd say, OP pretty much since launch, because, I mean, a grenade that can hit the horn. Mirror ban, also not surprising. This character you see all over the place, so nothing too surprising as far as we go through the first 3.
Yeah, I think Mira was probably banned in 99% of the games I
casted.
0.9. Yeah, 99.9. Like, Mira, one of those operators that you really just can't let get going on defense once they
banned
have
Pitbull.
that set up. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide taking out himself. Pulse, we saw Pulse pulled out in a few, strange comps last year, and it worked out well. Obviously, being able to just get info through a wall while you're on a different floor, and just, being a human drone for your teammates, it's very, very valuable to the team. But one thing, Jackal wasn't banned.
That's the thing I was going to say. I used to main Jackal. I know, I get it. It's whatever. So I thought for sure Jackal would get banned because, I mean, having the ability to scan all those footsteps. I think he has smokes as well. He's got the really good SMG and the shoddy to play off of. But we are going to get into game here. As we said, we're going to see Alibi for the side. We're going to see Smoke there. We're going to see the Cade, of course. We're going to see Jaeger. And we're going to see, Smoke to round it out. And then for the side of the Saints, there's going to be Sledge. It'll be actually Zofia. Yeah, so a little bit different from what I expected, I think. But I think nonetheless, both of these comps can work.
Yeah, for sure. We haven't even had a chance to talk about the rosters here.
Yes, true.
Coming from the Saints, we got Blunk, Salty Boy, familiar name from last year, came into the Siege, kind of helped save the Siege team last year as they were in a bit of a tough spot. And now this year, actually, him and Untold Warrior from last year basically forming this Academy Siege team as they're really trying to press forward and keep Siege alive here at St. Clair, which is what we'd love to see. Nezi, Trongo, and Zerky, all new players as well. And here we go, action phase starting, game 1, round 1. Muskingum got a pretty, I'd say a pretty standard comp here. The Jackal is going to be interesting because Jackal was banned so much as well that I don't think we ever really got to see him fully utilized in a map. And now this is going to be a full map where Jackal is available for both sides.
Yeah, I'd say I'm shocked that Jackal got through, but I'm very curious to see how the pick works out now that he is actually through and he is in the game. Because as we say, he gets, knowing where people are in Siege is 95% of the value you get. Is if you can hard ping someone or know exactly where somebody is, that can give you all the info you need. And Muskingum is going to find the bomb site there. They are going to have a little bit of info. Still droning out there trying to find some info. And we're going to see Seymour here trying to find a little pick through the hatch here.
Yeah, and here's that top floor setup like I was talking about. So that's where the Saints are going to opt for on defense this first round. And with 2 minutes left, Muskingum's already got, they've got the idea of what floor. They've detected these bombs now. And now it's just going to be starting this multi-pronged attack as we saw a few players set up towards the roof. And the rest of them grappling around these windows, trying to find some kind of angle. Double flash going to be coming out from the Nomad there.
Nade getting fun as well.
Oh, lots of nades being tossed in here. A couple shots being spammed back by the Saints, and oh, that's an angle and a half there. Reserve just barely misses that tap on the peak.
Yeah, they did get some pings at least, get a little bit of information, and that's usually how Siege goes. No one's really going to make any too crazy plays the first, 25, 30 seconds. You kind of try to recover your drones if possible, scout out the bomb sites, see where the utils kind of place for the enemies, kind of get a feel for where can we maybe attack here, what kind of angles we want to hold, and Saints are going to drop first blood.
Yeah, Blunk been waiting behind that deployable shield, trying to find this shot on Reserve, who kept peeking from upside down grapple there. Blunk taking a little bit of damage himself on a trade, but not going to be tapped down in the head, so he's able to stay alive and keep holding this angle and try to shut down any kind of entry from that window. But now it seems like Muskingum is just pretty content to just use this hatch here, as a lot of damage coming down. Patty Lars finding the first one for them. 2 players now down from the Saints. Arsty, though, very low on him.
Yeah, Nezzy is actually down somewhere as well. So right now, Muskingum has a pretty decently sized advantage. They are low HP on a couple members, but even Jackal, even if he has 1 HP, that's enough to find the footsteps. We see Alibi still set up there, so still have the fakes to try to maybe set something up. That camera going to be Salty Boy going to get the spot there, but the Saints definitely have their work cut out for them. But Zofia here, very, very low on HP as well, so they might be able to find some plays and to get some good angles. Great little peek there by Trongo. Is going to drop off, looks like Zmart. Now Heartsy going to find the trade down to a 3v1 in only 10 seconds.
Yeah, here's the thing. They got to force out this plant. Trongo with only this SMG available on the Alibi. Now, plant has come down 44 seconds here, and this is how a lot of these siege rounds end up, right? Yep. So close to time, the plant comes down, and there it is. Heartsy taking the first round for Muskingum. I think Heartsy grabbed 2 there that round, actually.
I believe so, yeah. That was just a super clean round from Muskingum, honestly. Just the Saints got first blood, didn't ever really get that second level of penetration they wanted. They couldn't really get past the alibis or get past the shields they wanted. They couldn't really maybe make the plays they wanted to necessarily, so kind of got stuck behind the apple cart there, and Muskingum taking full advantage. And we are going to see a couple swaps here. Obviously, we're going to go back and forth between, so looks like the Saints are going to rock with the Smoke, Alibi, Castle, and I'll tell you the other two when it switches back.
Maestro, I love seeing the Maestro pick.
Yes.
I personally love playing Maestro. I think the bulletproof cams are great. The fact that
they're
you can
annoying.
tag people
Open and close
to
just tag people up.
I don't know if they maybe ended up reverting this, but I know the last time I went on, you could actually just melee the Maestro cams and break their glass pretty well. Yeah, and open them. So not as solid of a utility as it used to be. They also took away his ACOG, which was brutal. I was kind of mad about that.
Taking an ACOG in Siege is like the ultimate, not dishonor, but it's the ultimate, recognition of something being too strong, because the ACOG on half these guns, holding these long angles, you really want those 2 to 3x scopes seem to really, really thrive, because you see they're holding angles through 4 rooms, through a half shield, through a piece of utility, and trying to find these cheeky little lineups. So it always depends if you can just get that edge, find that info. Now we're going to be back into the action phase.
Yeah, Finka from Smart this round. I love seeing Finka.
I love Finka.
Means we're going to see some kind of aggressive push. Whether it's in that last 10 seconds or with a minute left in the round, it means, Muskingum's here to battle it out.
Yeah.
That's what I love to see in Siege, because there are so many Siege rounds that just go so slow. No picks, 10 players left.
Yeah.
With 10 seconds left in the round, and then it's just absolute chaos. So now,
yeah, I like to see the aggressive comp. I would say when you run a Finka, you run the Ace. Actually, great little pick there. Blanc going to be ready on that window, but Nezzy is going to get traded out as well. So down to a 4v4 now, and still Muskingum not really too far into the Saints' defenses here, not really too far into the teeth there, but say 4v4 and we'll wait for the next wave here.
Yeah, Castle utility will already have been placed down, so not too bad to lose Desi there at the starting of the round, but Blunk taking a little bit of damage from Heartsy. Now it seems like Muskingum is starting to make this push in the building. Reserve getting in there, but Blunk with the second of the round, 2 headshots, 2 kills.
And you take out the Finka too, which is very, very nice to not have to worry about that juice run coming in, especially when it's like that last 15, 20 seconds, you get hit with the juice, and all of a sudden everyone comes running around super speed. Great ADS. The ADS gets restricted. The recoil gets trimmed a little bit. Actually, Blunt going to get spotted out by the drone, so maybe they'll have to reposition here, but at least not for the time being. They do have the numbers advantage. Blunt a little bit low on HP as well, so he's probably not looking to face check anything right now.
Yeah. Only thing about being on low on HP and Siege is it's still one shot to the
True,
head.
that's
so
the only thing, yeah.
If he's quicker on that draw, if he's got that head level angle better, and he's able to find these kills. Three now for Blunk in this round, finding himself 4-1.
He smells it. You can tell he wanted to maybe try to get that second kill. Hertzy is going to get tagged up a bit, so pretty good damage. Going to get tagged up a lot. Blunk still alive, down to 4 HP, somehow still kicking. Does have 3K on the round as well, so trying to stay alive here, trying to make something happen here, but Saints definitely in good position, I would say. The bomb, the diffuser going to get recovered there by Muskingum, so they're going to maybe try to initiate some sort of push here, but the Saints, they're not going to move an inch. They got 4v2, they know it, they're going to just hold these sites.
Yeah, and you saw how valuable that Maestro cam came in as it saved Blunk from losing that fight there, as he was able to spot out, I believe it was Heartsy who was spotted out by the Maestro cam and forced him to stop taking that fight. Finkaboos gonna come in as Smart finds one for himself. Now down to a 3v2 for the Saints. Still got numbers advantage, and Alibi still posted up on this staircase. Now it's gonna be taken down. Salty Boy
15 seconds left.
Lined as a bat there, as he's gonna have to slow down, hold this angle, loses it to Smart. Now it's a 2v2.
3K
triple kill.
Ooh. Who's going to break the battle of the 3K here? Diffuser is going to get planted, it looks like. Blunk's going to find his 4th of the round, got a quad, so now down to a 2v1. Diffuser is planted, so St. Clair got to try to play a little bit of retake here. Blunk is sitting on the 4K. Hertzy got to try to get some shots off. Going to get tagged up pretty bad, down to very low HP as Blunk as well, so both these members getting tagged up, and St. Clair just trying to at least play for the trade, because they know Blunk, if he gets taken out here, down to 1v1, Hertzy's going to get a lot of damage, now down to a 1-on-0, and just like that, the Saints going to recover the round there, get rid of this diffuser, and they'll take it and move it to 1-1.
Yeah, and Blunk coming out of that round with a quadra kill for himself.
Half it on 20 HP plus.
Yeah. Yeah, that last kill there was, or that 4th kill he grabbed, I think he was literally at like 10 HP when he grabbed that one, which great to see that, you know, he's ready on these defensive angles. When you're playing a character like Jaeger, who is going to be playing very, very defensively, probably anchoring around that site.
I love seeing the good old castle mute. A tale as old as time, you know, just old friends coming back to, and it's ruined. The smoke creep probably makes a little more sense. The castle mute is like one of the, oh no, they're going to switch it over, yeah. The castle mute's one of the OG defensive lockups. You just mute behind the castle wall and they have to either melee it, like, I think it's like 13 times to break it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 10 times.
Yeah, it's literally 10 or 11 times to break it, or you just end up a bunch of utility at it. So say mute, smoke, and a C1Y. So very, very defensive. The Saints are trying to like
Jaeger
eat.
too.
Yeah, the Saints want to eat those waves of grenades. Yeah, they want to sit back, eat a couple of these layers of util, just try to like slow down the push of Muskingum. Maybe if they realize, hey, if we can burn out that first wave, they're actually going to go with the fuse for the time being, it looks like. Yeah, we're going to see some repicks as well, just like you said. So once again, going to be the Jackal, going to be the Castle as well, but, or the Thermite rather, similar pictures.
Yeah, Jackal, Thermite there.
10 seconds left.
Wait for the repicks too. It's hard to tell now with the repicking.
Yeah, but repicking the fuse and Sledge, so they've definitely got an idea. They saw that
they want to break down the front door.
They saw that those castle doors are set up, so they're going to be ready. You know, send some nades through the wall and clear out any kind of defense that's behind that door before they push it.
That's a very scary thing as well, is just knowing that Sledge and Thermite are barreling down on you. Especially that fuse, when you hear thunk, 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 you know that hell is about to come upon you. There's just so many grenades. But that's the beauty of the Wamai, the Jaeger. You're trying to neutralize 75, 80% of the, not the ulti, the ability if you can, pretty much the ulti. But the Saints going to try to play, I would suspect, a lot slower this round.
Yeah, I'd also assume the Sledge repick here, I mean, we've seen reserve on him in the past 2 rounds, but I think the repick was also because they saw that castle setup.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe, I'd assume that the Sledgehammer destroys those castle walls faster.
Yeah, I think it one hits them, so that's yeah, you're going to, instead of 11 melee, say, get the big hammer out, swing that Thor hammer, you knock it down in one go, and we're going to see Heartsy. Gonna take put the optics on here, maybe try to get some footprints, but not gonna find him. Maybe heard something to his left, but just gonna buzz around a bit near Cigar and Train and not really gonna make anything of it so far.
Yeah, from the look of the X-rays, it looks like that whole top floor is actually completely clear of any Saints players. Most of them playing on this bottom main floor here.
With this comp, though, I don't think you want them roaming either.
Yeah, but air jab set up on the stairs means they're gonna know anytime someone tries to roam. They've got flanks covered now. Muskingum, oh, there it is. Fused
Cheeky.
through the floor, right on top. That hatch is reinforced, though, so they're not going to be able to break it through that unless they decide to burn a thermite utility on that. But now Heartsy spotting so much util through the floor as well. Once again, another air jab on these stairs. We're going for a top-down approach here.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily hate that. They're trying to keep the Saints from, like, lurking on those staircases. That looks like a really good grenade.
Wow.
Perfect grenade. Going to take out Salty Boy Reserve. Dropping a dime right there. So now Muskingum does have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, perfectly cooked as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful timing on that. Now they've officially located the bomb sites. And once again, we're just going to see so much utility drop down here through the ceiling. Smart finds one. Trongo with the trade back on that smoke. Now Trongo's going to fall himself. 2v3 for the Saints. 1v3 now. Nezzy, got to make something work on this Wamai. You've got the MP5. It's a great gun to have in a situation like this. It shoots very fast. You know you've got good maneuverability. But you just got to stop this plant.
Basically just pre-firing everywhere. Potentially someone might be in the 3v1 and praying you find a headshot. Diffuser is going to get planted there by Clip, so Muskingum going to try to play off these objectives, and honestly, probably a good idea. You have a 3v1. Try to just squeeze out Nezzy here. He's got a lot of work cut out for him here. And look, yeah, like we said, pre-fire everything, but ultimately playing all those angles in Siege, pretty much an impossible task. He does get taken out, and Muskingum will take it 2-1.
Yeah, 1v3 in Siege is tough.
You got to be built different to withstand.
It's really not like a game like COD where you can kind of, hero play it out, because, there's just it's too easy to die. It's too easy to die in Siege. You get one shot in the head there, like we saw happen to Nezzy, and then there goes your round, there goes your play. Muskingum keeping the lead for themselves after that third round.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe some of the similar picks here. Heartsy's still playing on this Jackal here. We're going to see the Ace over and over again. The Ace, we know, very, very solid in the meta as well. Just pretty much almost like a Hibana replacement. Hibana was, let's say, prevalent, and she still is for years and years, and Ace kind of filling that role as well, being that hard breacher. So a little bit of back and forth. You can see Saints running a pretty, actually, it'll be the exact same defensive prop this time around. So we're going to try to run it back here, see if they can correct some of those mistakes. Maybe try to go for an early pick, although I don't love it with this comp, but try to, withstand the pressure of Muskingum. Because last game, Muskingum just found those early picks, and with their comp, they want to get in there and throw hands, and they did just that.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're seeing actually a bit of a switch up. They're going to go with the Ace for the hard breach. No repick just yet. 10 seconds left in the round. It looks like they're not going to opt for it. So it's going to be a new hard breach we see from Muskingum. And I've always thought that Ace is Ace and Hibana, a little more versatile than someone like the Thermite. Personally, I think the Thermite hard breach, it's a little telegraphed. It's very slow.
A little.
You hear that? A little, yeah. You hear the Thermite literally.
I'm lighting the wall up.
Yeah, you hear it taking down and then the big explosion, as well as the fact that the Ace and the Hibana breaches, they give you small windows, so it opens up angles for you, but it doesn't necessarily open up a rotate.
I want to see the 11 melee castle.
Oh, we are going to see it.
Just chipping away at this castle wall while his teammate holds the angle. I'd love to see it. Look at when Sledge isn't back over there with you, you do what you got to do. He's got just enough room to get the air jab in there as well, so quick little setup there. Maybe the Saints, they might know that was happening, but maybe they don't know exactly where the air jab went. And when you get knocked on your butt mid-team fight, that can be very, very confusing, and usually it means death.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're not ready for the air jabs, and it's not only that, but it gives you info. It gives that attacking team info on exactly where you are. This is a nice angle by Smart there. I believe it's...
Unlucky.
Wow, I think it's Blunk there.
We've all been
looked
there.
It looked like a Jaeger silhouette that he was about to peek, but Blunk ready for that angle. They love peeking from that same window, so he's been ready and pretty well set up there every round here.
Gonna try to drone it. I think he maybe got stuck in the corner. Okay, he did get through. I thought he got a wedge in the corner of the skylight after the other one, but gonna get the drone through. Still on a 5v5 here. A little bit of time has passed, so both teams not really trying to show their hand too early. Muskingum got through that first castle wall, but nothing. Just going to follow off these drones, and hey, as long as the drones are alive, you take them. Jackal is going to get a ping there, and they are going to find a kill as well, so Heartsy going to put Jackal to full use there and find some value.
Yeah, that's the opening kill there. Blunk taking a lot of damage, and Smart finds that one on Blunk. That's devastating for the Saints. Blunk has been a very key player in a lot of these defense situations. Yeah, like you said, the rain coming down once again from that fuse is now Muskingum looking to get much more aggressive in the round.
Yeah, and we can clearly tell they want to play this top then, and playing into like this train area and these other rooms, that's normally how it's played, because trying to like reverse grapple through the windows with anyone that's like holding those is like, you're really fighting a losing battle at that point. So I really like the idea. And then once they get that numbers advantage, then you can kind of start to siege the front door. And as we see, actually Smoke is still alive though from the side of the Saints, so a little bit of you can push back a little bit, but you're losing a lot. Having a couple of those operators down now at a 5v3, and say we're only at 40 seconds now, so I would suspect a pretty heavy pusher coming any moment.
Yeah, spotted out as Trungo's going to be dropped on from Smart there. Now full control of this site. Smart's made it into one of the bombs there. Now Zerky taking a lot of damage there. Salty Boy going to fall in the gunfight, and there it is, the flawless round from Muskingum.
That flawless text was huge.
Yeah.
I did the Valor. I don't know why. I just took this massive yellow text to let you know what happens. But Muskingum, as you said, they are going to take the flawless. They are going to take round 4. So now, going to be up 3-1 on the Saints. And St. Clair just kind of getting picked early has kind of been their crutch so far the last couple rounds. They had the numbers disadvantage, and in Siege, it means the world to have all your operators online, being able to keep that utility going. And right now, Muskingum just getting it done.
Yeah, and I mean, when your one round that you won was from Blunt grabbing a crazy 4K at like 0 health, it definitely shows that all these past few rounds, one by one, picked apart, and the utility just not really working together, I think, the way I think the Saints want it to. And Muskingum taking advantage of that in full force, taking all of this control that they're being given in the building. They're giving the top 2 floors for free every single round here when they've set up a kitchen. And Saints, they're going to be able to keep setting up a kitchen as they have yet to win a round on that defensive site.
And I think, honestly, Siege is a hard game to say, oh, just go get picks, but I think 3 of the Saints right now are currently killless through 4 rounds, so while you might not necessarily need everybody to frag out to get these kills and win these rounds, you really need to make sure that your utility is on point, and you have to try to find these easy picks. With Muskingum, the first couple picks, not that they were necessarily easy, but getting a Jackal skin immediately into a headshot is just going to cripple you right when the round starts, and then from there, you play top down with Fuse, you send Sledge kicking down the front door, and it's very, very hard to defend. And right now, Saints just, like I said, they got to find some way to get this first blood, and then they can maybe take site control and try to hold down.
Yeah, I think First Blood is going to be the key one, because having a number advantage as attackers, it just means you can send 2 people into every fight as well. Yeah. And Muskingum has been really good at these trades. You know, we've seen a few kills come down for the Saints. You see, Blunk is 6-3. Mongo found himself 3 kills as well, but most of those have just been trades after Smart's found a good pick, or Heartsease found a good pick right at the beginning of the round. And then you've got players like Reserve coming in there with the Sledge who are just keeping these attacks together. Smart, there's the first pick of the round onto Blunk as well. Very key player for the Saints being taken out early. This could be easy round for Muskingum from what we've seen.
Yeah, there's a lot to play still, but that definitely hurts to lose your Jaeger that early in the round, especially if he still had some util in his back pocket to maybe reset, or if they realize they're going to push a different way. I'm going to like replace the Jaeger trap here or whatever. Try to get a different setup, but right now Muskingum once again going to get some Finka juice there, so maybe we're going to see some peeks here. A couple people maybe going to try to take a fight or two. Going to break through that barbed wire on the top floor there, try to set something up. Grenade is going to go through. A couple members hanging out in Cigar here. Have a little smoke before they try to hang out here, but Saints once again, in Muskingum, they like to let the time kind of tick down a little bit, and then they kind of like to send, not like send it the last 10 seconds, but they realize, and once again, Smart going to find his second of the round, so just incredible value, and the Finka is going to turn, almost finds the third, is going to get knocked for the time being, but the finish isn't through quite yet, and now it will come through. So now to a 4v3, and we're going to get a quick trade, and just like that, Muskingum just flexing the numbers advantage.
Yeah, once again, those trades are just so strong coming out from Muskingum. Salty Boy finding himself in a hard position here. He's about to get pushed.
He's stuck in a
back
freezer.
Into a corner. When you've got an LMG, though, you can kind of spam it out here, but he just misses that shot. And now it's all up to Salty Boy in the 1v4. Reserve, 3rd kill of the round there from Reserve. He's able to find this headshot.
Look,
they have all the info necessary on Salty Boy there. He's been pinned down there for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, he was getting real cold in that freezer. He's starting to get those goosebumps, starting to chill up a bit. And just as we said, Muskingum right now just honestly in total control. The Saints, they're getting out fragged. Honestly, it comes down to really simple. The utility's been pretty even back and forth. We didn't see any Fuse kills. We saw the 1 kill off the Jackal ping, but it's just come down to the Saints losing the first 2 fights. Muskingum knowing, hey, it's 5v3. There's a 90% chance we win this barring a crazy throw, and they're just going with it.
Yeah, and when you've got someone like Smart who's so good at finding those initial picks.
And as Finka too.
Yeah, when you're entering as Finka and finding those picks, I mean, what more can you ask for if you're the rest of Muskingum right now? Smart's doing their job perfectly. 10-4 right now. 2100. Oh, that's just score. Never mind. I was about to say 2100 damage, but I don't think that's a damage count. Yeah,
I think that's combat score. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got score for like placing utility.
Yeah, it's score. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Still though, he has more kills than all of the Saints combined.
Yeah, another thing too that I've noticed these past 2 rounds, Zerky picked up the smoke and died with all 3 smoke pods available every single time. When, you know, your defense hinges on that area denial that smoke provides, losing it so early without even one being used, it just allows, once again, so much map control to be giving back over to Muskingum.
Yeah, smoke is kind of like the linchpin in this defense, because obviously they have a pretty defensively heavy comp. They're obviously playing defense, but you can play aggressive operators to kind of go seek those picks. But if they're going to play back, you have to find value out of smoke. He is so good at controlling entire floors, controlling sites, and doing...
He gets caught in the toes.
Oh, unlucky. Gonna get tagged up there a little bit, through the drone hole and everything else. I do not miss getting shot through drone holes, wondering what's going on there, but Saints just have to find some way to get on the board here, because if they let this round go to the wayside, 5-1, you can come back, obviously, but you're really playing with fire in Muskingum right now. They definitely feel like they're in control.
Yeah, it's 1st to 7 as far as I know.
Yeah,
so
it's 7, yeah.
But yeah, coming back 4 rounds straight on attacker side Siege, it is hard. You know, I want to say, I'm not sure how, you know, attacker-defender sided Cafe is, but attacking in Siege is always a tall task.
You have to have a very coordinated effort.
Yeah, exactly.
And not have people ego peeking random staircases, getting air dropped and picking. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I tried, boys.
Yeah, but now Reserve, you should be able to get a little bit of info off of that drone. It seemed like he was pretty close to a lot of them. And once again, all Saints just on this site floor. No roamers. It seemed like, I think all 5 of them are right there on site.
Like, yeah, they've sent nobody to roam the entire game, and early, I get it with the composition, but once you're getting behind in these early frags, I wouldn't even hate almost someone sacking a life to try to go get a frag, get a trade, because a misfire there from Hertz, you're going to take some damage up as well, going to knock himself back, so Saints going to be happy with that one. Blunk going to get flashed out there, and they are going to find the kill. Zerky going to get first blood there, so definitely a good start for the Saints. Yeah,
Zerky now on the Jaeger. Blunk finding himself on the smoke. That first poison cloud now used.
There's some value.
Oh, no way. They try to just run through it with the Finka boost.
I mean, I've seen it, and you can definitely do it, especially use that overheal to kind of mitigate the 2 ticks of damage that you would get from the smoke. So I don't hate the idea, and the Finka's able to keep a couple, I just call it the juice, able to keep some juice online. You can kind of wade through those smokes and figure it out. Now Salty Boy is going to find a second kill there, so the Saints, finally with the numbers advantage, they are finally taking control of a round, and barring disaster, they should be able to hold this, but I fear to say anything this early.
Yeah, Daddy Lars taking the one back to Nezzy, and Salty Boy just barely missed on the head, but I believe that was Hearts he was aiming down there. But you've got the numbers advantage on defense now if you're Saints. 4-1, Salty Boy, half health, and Trongo able to spam him down and find that last kill on Heartsy. So 4-2, not as bad of a situation as being 5-1. Definitely a pivotal round for the Saints to find there.
Yeah.
And, you know, they found it slow and steady.
Yeah, I think every single team that got first blood has won every round. The Saints won round, they won. Blanc got the first shot. What'd you say?
Heartsy hovered a zombie. I wanted to see it.
I want to see it. I want to
see it. Goyo, though. Goyo's a new one.
Goyo, definitely interesting pick there. We're going to see the Maestro. We're going to see Jaeger, Mutant, Alibi coming through. Nothing crazy. We are going to see the Flores coming up for the Saints, I believe, there. So teams starting to throw some wrinkles in there, starting to throw some different looks, and curious to see how it works out. But as I said, I think first blood is like the key stat so far. Every single team that has first blood has won the round.
Yeah, I want to say you're right about that one. I don't think there has been a round where the first blood
one got first blood round 1, the Saints won. Every other round, Muskingum got first blood, they won, and now the Saints once again, they get those early picks and they find it.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how valuable that player is in Siege. Because it's a team game in the end, and it's a game sense game. You can have the craziest mechanic of all time, but if you don't know where people are coming from, you don't know what utility is about to be thrown at you, you can't really just aim duel it out in a game like this.
I mean, you could try, but we've seen we've seen mixed results of people playing like that. It either works extremely well and you're just like a maniac running around getting frags, or you're getting picked first every single round and basically leaving your team hung out to dry.
Yeah, you're either Bolo or you're like that bronze axe that just thinks they're the one.
I'm entry, I'm entry.
I'm entry, guys.
Follow, yeah. Flash for me, it's like, okay, sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out. Sometimes you can catch teams off guard and it works out well, but right now, Saints, see what kind of approach they want to take offensively here. See if they want to go slow, if they want to try to get that rush in there, and see what kind of plan they have for the top side here.
All the drones being set up to drop down through this hatch. One of them, you know, slowly taking it down there, and there's the mute shutdown. I think 2 or 3 of them.
Might get another one there too, depending on where it's placed. They are going to skirt away though, so maybe they got some info on where the jammer is there, so going to keep it alive for the time being.
Yeah, they've also got info on that Goyo gas can there. But one falls. Wait, why does it say 4 versus 5?
I think maybe the droning or something. It said that the last round as well. I don't. Maybe it's the drones, or maybe it's Ubisoft having a nice moment.
Yeah, it could just be a little bit of a spaghetti issue there. But they've also spotted out one more mute jammer now, which should help solve a little bit of their problems. Zerky taking some damage, retreating out of that window.
That's the thing with Siege too, is that the rounds are. I think the rounds are 3 minutes long, like after the preparation phase. So theoretically, you have like a minute 45 to 2 minutes, even more sometimes, to kind of like try to find the utility and destroy it, or like kind of set a plan and wait for that last 30 seconds and try to make something happen. So you can really afford to play this slow, especially attacking side. I mean, Saints, they're going to want to try to get some penetration here. They're going to want to try to find a way to get on site here, but so far Muskingum just holding their ground, and we've seen no engagements yet all game pretty much. Besides
Trongo got a lot of information with that drone there, I believe. Try to shoot with that camera. The shot went a little wide though.
Yeah, I think so as well. Good job. Or Zofia. That's the same weapon pretty much.
I believe. Zofia's like a concussion or...
Yeah, it's like a concuss. Yeah, just... The gun looks similar.
Players from the Saints Reserve! One spray for a triple kill. Quadra kill now for Reserve. Zerky takes him out. Stuck in the 1v4. Daddy Lars finds the kill on Zerky. That was looking so good for the Saints in a second, and then
it wasn't.
And then it just all fell apart. And that's what I'm talking about in Siege. He found 2 of those headshots probably in 2 shots.
Yeah.
And then the third one was a spray down. Yeah. And there it is. That's how fast a round flips.
I know. And that's the thing. That's the frustrating thing, is that you wait a minute and a half to try to make a push. You wait, you try to set up, and guess what? Immediately 4 get dropped off in the span of literally 5 seconds. Like you said, the spray transferring in this game is not like other games in like COD or Valorant where you might see a nice one. In this one, you can literally transfer the entire team if you hit every single shot. So very good job by Reserve there, just to pretty much backpack Muskingum that round. And if you're the Saints now, you're kind of picking up the pieces, because now it's 5-2. Nothing, you haven't really had a proper execute go to plan. The round they won, they just got kills. So I don't really know where you go from here. I don't know what kind of strategy they want to go for, but they definitely have to do some work because they are pretty far behind right now.
Yeah, switching up the comp a bit from both sides. We're now seeing Blunk. I believe Blunk was on the Nomad last round, but Salty Boy now switching to the Habana. Love to see the Habana. Very strong agent, very strong gun as well. And of course, you got 3 hard breaches that you can set up in various patterns and angles.
Saints look like they want to fight though. Zofia, Jackal, Habana, they want to get in there and they want to get their hands dirty. I will say though, can have the Valkyrie coming through for Heartsy, so putting those cameras on the outdoor somewhere, maybe trying to find that info from a really far off angle, it can give you that early edge at least. So even if you don't get like an insane amount of value, at least you kind of have your ears open, like, okay, we have an idea where they might be coming from or what side they spawned on, and try to get that early advantage. But right now, just a bunch of windows getting shot out.
Yeah, and we see the Kaid coming out there from Daddy Lars. That's going to, you know, act sort of as a counter and a check to that Habana.
Yep.
As you can't do any hard breaches when that electrified reinforced wall is set up there. Or even, you can even electrify barbed wire.
Yep.
Stop
it's
any
like
other
Bandit, but yeah, on the go.
Yeah.
A little more setup time. Yeah, exactly.
Trongo clearing out a little angle here for himself. Nezzy trying to spot any kind of footsteps, any kind of intel he can grab right now. Also just toss the drone down there, clear out that train room.
I'm going to take the drone down the stairs here, still trying to find some info. Bomb sites are on the lower floors, I believe on the first floor, I think, and maybe possibly the basement. So they're going to play top down once more. Like we see Muskingum likes to kind of do that, or the Saints, I guess, are on the offense this time. But Muskingum just locking down this kitchen area right now. Just Valkyrie cam shots are going to come through the ceiling, and the Jackal ping came through as well. So they're going to find Valkyrie, but unfortunately, she's sitting way back on the bomb site just playing off the cam, so not really going to find the pick that you want, but at least you get a little bit of information.
Yeah, still now 1 minute 40 into this round, and it's dead even. Utility has been tossed back.
Oh!
Wow, the Nitro Cell!
Onto the breach charge. Oh, tragic.
Oh, Lord. Salty Boy gonna find themselves down now. No hard breach available for the side of the Saints. They're just gonna be forced to fight it out here. No utility left at all from the side of Muskingum. Everything is set up now. But like I said, everything's set up now.
Valkyrie's got a Nitro in her pocket too, so little pocket C4. Maybe try to find a second one there. Actually, they still have 2 C4. Yeah, they got 2 Nitros there. Bro, it's gonna spot out Clip there next to Christmas Tree. Heartsy gonna get back on the drone there, try to find some info in dining room. Both teams, Muskingum, I think they know they have the advantage, and they're just basically waiting for the St. Clair push at this point. And being 5v4 with Hibana being down, I would definitely favor them in this engagement.
You gotta be able to try and find something, but he's actually gonna lose that fight to Clip there. Trongo finding 1, but now 3 kills down from Muskingum. Nezzy trading 1 back there. Trongo dangerously low on health. And now it's just 2 players left from the Saints who have to try and make a play here. Nezzy trying to get the crouching spray where he can, but Smart's too quick with the shot. Smart with the double kill.
A movement.
Closing out round 8 there.
Just clean. Wow. That's clean.
Just straight up clean. Bobbing and weaving around that countertop there. Looking for the bartender. He's looking for the bartender.
And listen, one more round and he's going to be able to have as many drinks at the bar as he wants, because they're about to be out of cave. Right now it's 6-2 St. Clair. Haven't really found anything. Like we said, the 2 rounds they won, they got 2 or 3 early picks, and they haven't even really pushed and executed on the site yet. They haven't even made it into the bomb area yet to even try to get that diffuser down, try to like space out Valkyrie, maybe try to get her off those cameras early on. But it's the Saints right now kind of grasping for straws, and Muskingum looking to put this one away.
Yeah, they're trying to take this last round. Game point now for Muskingum. Once again on the defense. Trying to finish this off in the half.
We see a couple more shakeups. We're going to see the Warden coming through from the side of Daddy Lars,
on the sledge,
or Ned Flanders, if you'd like to be, to be affectionately call him.
No, I think he looks like Commissioner Gordon.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Knight.
That's the other one that I used to hear. Yeah.
Warden also, he's got a very nice watch on in his art, which I always think Warden's just straight up dripped. I mean, everyone else full combat gear. Warden comes in, suit and tie,
fresh rolly
on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's never a bad time to look fresh.
I mean, when your operator logo is literally a suit and tie, I mean, you know you're the freshest one in the entire area. So, Muskingum trying to put together this last round. They're going to be back on the Valkyrie. Going to go with the castle this time. We said Warden. Going to go with the alibi as well, and then we'll make to round things out. And the Saints definitely want to engage and get those fights going again, but they cannot afford to lose a hard breacher early on again.
Too, honestly, I couldn't tell you what Warden does. I'm pretty sure it's he looks through smokes or blocks flashes. I know
he puts his X-ray specs on. Yeah,
he puts his X-ray goggles on, his colorblind glasses, and he's able to see fully there.
But he has, the only thing is, I don't think he can run around while he does it, so he has to be like a stationary. So he's great for holding angles, though. So when someone's trying to like pop flash those corners or get in there and either try to smoke out an angle or something, he can just sit, peek around that angle, lean to the left, lean to the right, and try to find those picks. So still a character that can give you a lot of value, especially just given he's using the right way. With that SMG, he's probably going to play some short corner. Yeah,
some very close plays, hopefully coming out from this Warden, and it'll be a good check to that Nomad, which has 3 flashes available. Heartsy finding Nezzy, who just drops down that hatch.
Watch his teammate.
You know, that's the risk with dropping down the hatch. There's always going to be someone watching it in Siege. Blanc, though, able to make it out. Art, another one on Trongo. Blanc. Spray's going a little haywire.
Blanc's going to be kicking himself after that one. That is unfortunate for the Saints, and it couldn't have come at a worse time as well, because now, down to a 4v1, all on Salty Boy, and in all likelihood, and just as we said, Muskingum will take game 1 convincingly on Cave.
Yeah, Reserve finishing off another round as well. That double kill coming out quickly, and there is the first game. Muskingum taking this series 1-0 right now.
Yeah, and the Saints just, I think we said it was their pick, but Muskingum clearly had a strategy, and honestly, that game, it felt very puggy to me, and having like watched a decent amount of Siege, because I don't think the Saints like planted a diffuser once.
Yeah,
they
that was
literally
a brutal
just
attack
played for
side.
picks, and when you're playing for picks and losing 80% of the gunfights, go next.
Yeah, smart from Muskingum.
Yeah.
Totally, in my opinion, totally carrying that attacking side for them.
Yeah.
And then as we switch to defense, we see much more even dispersed kills coming out from defense. Reserve came in with that crazy 4K, the one round, you know, the spray down on 3 of them, able to just immediately turn the tides on what was a 5-on-5. Keep in mind, that round was a 5-on-5 until 20 seconds left. And like we said, though, that's how the Siege rounds can play out. It's just utility game, utility game, utility game until the action hits. And boy, when it hits,
it hits different. And the Saints were just obviously not quite ready for the attack of Muskingum there, because Muskingum, as we said, they knew what they wanted to execute. They feel like they picked the right operators to do it. They worked within themselves. They didn't try to do anything too crazy, honestly. They would just flash in, try to get the entries, and ultimately, it, like I said, I can't emphasize enough, it just came down to those early picks, and once those picks come through St. Clair, no chance to come back, but they will have a chance to come back in game 2, but however, as we do in CR6, usually take a quick little break, let the Saints try to reset, get the mental back on track, and we'll be back for map 2 Villa soon.
From the so very low on him.
Yeah, Nezzy is actually down somewhere as well. So right now, Muskingum has a pretty decently sized advantage. They are low HP on a couple members, but even Jackal, even if he has 1 HP, that's enough to find the footsteps. We see Alibi still set up there, so still have the fakes to try to maybe set something up. That camera going to be Salty Boy going to get the spot there, but the Saints definitely have their work cut out for them. But Zofia here, very, very low on HP as well, so they might be able to find some plays. If they get some good angles, great little peek. They might be able to find some plays. If they get some good angles, great little peek there by Trongo. It's going to drop off, looks like Z-Mart. Now Heartsy going to find the trade down to a 3v1 and only 10 seconds.
Yeah, here's the thing. They got to force out this plant. Trongo with only this SMG available on the Alibi. Now, plant has come down 44 seconds here, and this is how a lot of these siege rounds end up, right? So close to time, the plant comes down, and there it is. Heartsy taking the first round for Muskingum left in the round, and then it's just absolute chaos. So now,
yeah, I like to see the aggressive comp. I would say when you run a Finka, you run the ace. Actually, great little pick there, Blanc.
Now it seems like Muskingum is starting to make this push in the building. Reserve getting in there, but Blanc with the second of the round, low on HP and Siege, is still one shot to the head.
That's the only thing. Yeah.
If he's quicker on that draw, if he's got that head level angle better, and he's able to find these kills. Now it's a 2v2, triple kill.
Ooh. Who's going to break the battle of a 3K? Diffuser is going to get planted. It looks like Blanc's going to find his 4th of the round. Got a quad, so now down to a 2v1. Diffuser is planted, so St. Clair got to try to play a little bit of retake here. Blanc is sitting on the 4K. Hurts. He's going to try to get some shots off. Going to get tagged up pretty bad. Down to very low HP as Blanc as well, so both these members getting tagged up, and St. Clair just trying to at least play for the trade, because they know Blanc, if he gets taken out here, down to a 1v1, Hurts is getting a lot of damage. Now down to a 1-on-0, and just like that,
on these stairs, going for a top-down approach here.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily hate that. They're trying to keep the Saints from like lurking on those staircases. That looks like a really good grenade.
Wow.
Perfect grenade. Gonna take off
sites. Once again, we're just gonna see so much utility drop down here through the ceiling. Smart finds one. Trongo with the trade back on that smoke. Now Trongo's gonna fall himself. 2v3 for the Saints. 1v3 now. Nezzy
got the side of the Saints, so a little bit of you can push back a little bit, but you're losing a lot, having a couple of those operators down now at a 5v3, and say we're only at 40 seconds now, so I would suspect a pretty heavy pusher coming at any moment.
Yeah, spotted out as Trongo's
not like send it the last 10 seconds, but they realize, and once again, Smart gonna find his 2nd of the round, so just incredible value, and the Finka is gonna turn, almost finds the 3rd, is gonna get knocked for the time being, but the finish isn't through quite yet, and now it will come through. So now to a 4v3, and we're gonna get a quick trade, and just like that, Muskingum just flexing the numbers. It's called the juice. Able to keep some juice online. You can kind of wade through those smokes and figure it out. Now Salty Boy is going to find a 2nd kill there. So the Saints, finally with the numbers advantage, they are finally taking control of a round. And barring disaster, they should be able to hold this, but I fear to say anything this early.
Yeah, Daddy Lars taking the one back to Nezzy, and Salty Boy just barely missed on the head by, I believe that was Heartsy was aiming down there. But you've got the numbers advantage on defense now if you're Saints. 4-1. Salty Boy, half health, and Trongo. This is like a concussion.
Yeah, it's like a concussion. Yeah, just the gun looks similar.
Players from the Saints. Reserve. One spray for a triple kill. Quadra kill now for Reserve. Zerky takes him out. Stuff. This is like a concussion.
Yeah, it's like a concussion. Yeah, just the gun looks similar.
Players from the Saints. Reserve. One spray for a triple kill. Quadra kill now for reserve. Zerky takes him out.
Northwood gonna try to stop this play. Rockboom is gonna get shut down. This so huge kill for Izo, but so far Northwood, maybe they look to turn this fight. Rafa is gonna flash away, so that'll be the end of that fight. But if you're the Saints, definitely a good one for you.
Yeah.
Oh, huge damage gonna be Alonzo. Flash is gonna come up, but I don't think that'll be enough. He should end up falling as well. And Nearsight is gonna come through, try to discourage some of the members of Northwood. Aatrox gonna find another kill. Izo yet again. Bakery Boy Ignite gonna be on him. Flash in, gonna go in for the time to engage. TP is gonna come through. Also Northwood, they want to flip this fight around, but the Saints are not giving away. Everfrost goes through. Mad damage from Rockboom. Huge damage. 2 kills for the Saints. Cassidy finds a kill on LeBlanc. Bakery Boy finally gets shut down. The Saints are not done yet. Rockboom flash kill on Kate. Massive damage. Double kill. And the Saints are still giving chase. Rockboom not done quite yet. All 3 members going. Ricky finds another kill, and the Saints are humming. Saints gonna end up, say, a little bit away Fio top, gonna find that second kill, and say Dragon to 45, so they're probably gonna try to play around this Dragon. They might try to make a Baron play as well, but lots of members North top, so they are gonna steal the red buff away from right under their noses. Fight is gonna
now down from the Saints. RC though, very low on him.
Yeah, Nezzy is actually down somewhere as well, so right now Muskingum has a pretty decently sized advantage. They are low HP on a couple members, but even Jackal, even if he has 1 HP, that's enough to find the footsteps. We see Alibi still set up there, so still have the fakes to try to maybe set something up. That camera going to be Salty Boy going to get the spot there, but the Saints definitely have their work cut out for them, but Zofia here, very, very low on HP as well, so they might be able to find some plays, and they get some good angles. Great little peek. They might be able to find some plays, and they get some good angles. Great little peek there by Trongo. It's going to drop off, looks like Z-Mart. Now Heartsy going to find the trade, down to a 3v1, and only 10 seconds.
Yeah, here's the thing. They got to force out this plant. Trongo with only this SMG available on the Alibi. Now, plant has come down 44 seconds here, and this is how a lot of these siege rounds end up, right?
Yeah.
So close to time, the plant comes down, and there it is. Heartsy taking the first round for Musk left in the round, and then it's just absolute chaos. So now,
yeah, I like to see the aggressive comp. I say when you run a Finka, you run the Ace. Actually, great little pick there. Blanc gonna be.
Now it seems like Muskingum is starting to make this push in building reserve, getting in there, but Blanc with the second of the round, low on HP and Siege, is still one shot to the head.
That's
so
the only thing. Yeah.
If he's quicker on that draw, if he's got that head level angle better, he's able to find these kills. Now it's a 2v2,
3K
triple kill.
Ooh. He's going to break the battle of a 3K, so the Diffuser is going to get planted, it looks like. Blanc's going to find his 4th of the round, got a quad, so now down to a 2v1. Diffuser is planted, so St. Clair got to try to play a little bit of retake here. Blanc is sitting on the 4K. Hurts, he's going to try to get some shots off. Going to get tagged up pretty bad, down to very low HP as Blanc as well, so both these members getting tagged up, and St. Clair just trying to at least play for the trade, because they know Blanc, if he gets taken out here, down to a 1v1, Hurts, he's going to get a lot of damage, now down to a 1-on-0, and just like that,
on these stairs, going for a top-down approach here.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily hate that. They're trying to keep the Saints from like lurking on those staircases. It looks like a really good grenade.
Wow.
Perfect grenade. Gonna take off
sights. Once again, we're just gonna see so much utility drop down here through the ceiling. Smart finds one. Trongo with the trade back on that smoke. Now Trongo's gonna fall himself. 2v3 for the Saints. 1v3 now. Nezzy
got the side of the Saints, so a little bit of you can push back a little bit, but you're losing a lot. Having a couple of those operators down now at a 5v3, and say we're only at 40 seconds now, so I would suspect a pretty heavy pusher coming at any moment.
Yeah, spotted out as Trongo's
not like send it the last 10 seconds, but they realize, and once again, Smart gonna find his 2nd of the round, so just incredible value, and the Finka is gonna turn, almost finds the 3rd, is gonna get knocked for the time being, but the finish isn't.
And we are back, getting straight into pick and ban phase here on Villa. Once again, Osa being picked out again, Jobin.
Osa? Not going to be present in this series, at least for the time being. I suspect Thatcher, maybe Jackal. I would suspect probably going to be Thatcher, though. I mean, that's pretty, basically 100% ban rate for like every single game, so I'd expect that to come through. And
there it is.
As we said, no laser sights to be dealt with this time. Thatcher going to be taken out of there, so now the defense ban's going to come through, and St. Clair, they got to look to completely flip the game from game 1, because map 1 just did not go their way.
Yeah, there's not much to say if you're St. Clair for that game. I mean, you know, you take the small victories where you can, but emphasis on small.
Yeah.
It was
they got first blood twice.
Yeah, was pretty well a blowout for Muskingum, though, in that first game. Just overall, Saints forced to play on the back foot for most of the game after a lot of those initial picks came out. And then, in the end, when it came down to those 1v1 gunfights, Muskingum quicker on the headshots.
Yeah, and unfortunately, so we saw the Saints, maybe the nerves, maybe just a little, not miscommunication, maybe something didn't go their way. A couple whiff shots as well, so there's a little bit left to be desired. We are going to see Mira and Valkyrie being banned defensively, so two, honestly, stalwarts of defense on Siege. The Valkyrie cams are just a thorn inside because they can be placed anywhere, even outside. A lot of times they'll play some outside attacker spawn to try to get, at least to find out who they're playing against early in the round. I know you can do the attacker repick now, so maybe not quite as prevalent a strategy, but still something to go off of nonetheless. We are going to see, actually going to be Iana, Dokebi, Jackal, Nomad, and Twitch coming through from the side of Muskingum this time. So definitely a switch up, but we are on a different map, so it'll cater to various different operators.
I do remember seeing Iana a lot on the Villa last year.
Yes.
Iana, very, very solid attacker. Essentially just sends out a clone of herself to run in there, kind of as her own drone, really.
Yeah.
And you get to run in there, and it's also, you know, as a defender, you can't tell that apart from the real one.
They had to make an attacking version of Alibi, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what it one that you can move, though. Basically the same mechanics. I think that's the answer, so to speak, to that.
Now, getting into this prep phase, we do see the mute, smoke, Alibi. There's the Aruni.
Yes.
And Jaeger coming out. Salty Boy there on the Aruni. I want to see how they opt to use this Aruni because we didn't see it in the first map, but I've definitely seen it on Villa a few times before.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we saw pretty standard stuff. We're going to see the Dokebi, so trying to, you know, steal the drone, get access to the cameras.
Steal the phones.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Go hack the cell phone, get access to the cameras, try to get those defenders caught off guard, try to maybe get them to reposition, or maybe the utility won't get placed exactly where they want if they can get those cameras online. And then, of course, Jackal. We're going to see the Twitch as well. So Twitch, I'm not sure if it's like as frequently picked because I know that the F2 with the ACOG and the drone used to have 13 shots in it. So Twitch used to be pretty busted. I know they tapered her down quite a bit, but still I think a very, very strong pick nonetheless.
Yeah, I remember seeing Twitch a lot last year. And yeah, it's one of those operators too that's just so iconic in Siege and very versatile. You have a drone that can shoot out pieces of utility. Wow, Smart almost spamming someone through that window there. Clip. Droning very aggressively in front of that window. All it takes is one little peek. But now a few players from Muskingum now into the site here. Reserve and Smart there. Who's on the Jaeger? Heartsy on the Jaeger.
Yep.
Both of them now in the building.
finally able to actually not play the game, but, you know, get involved, get engaged. And we're going to see maybe some early engagements here. Looks like a little bit of back and forth. Daddy Lars trying to find something here. Blunt going to be holding this angle as well, so both teams. And if you're the Saints, you really don't want to give up these early picks. I think that's probably their key from last game is keep everybody alive as long as possible and find the results. And Salty Boy, fantastic swing and peek there to get first blood.
Yeah, great little peek there, using the angles to your advantage, finding first blood. And now we saw how last game went. Usually it was first blood wins the round, so let's see if they can continue that pattern. Lars, great covering there for the rest of his team. Trying to take some long shots. This Jaeger, you don't got the sight for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, not going to have the ACOG or, you know, the sight that you necessarily want for that angle, but still at least to get the shots off, even to deter somebody from pushing. So we are going to see a smoke charge go off there from Zerky, so maybe trying to get some info or maybe just trying to keep somebody off for a rotation or to set something up. And drone comes through the window. Trongo is going to take it out, so info being distributed back and forth. Both teams look like they're starting to posture for this engage here and get on the site.
Yeah, Blanc raiding some shots out, but he doesn't take any himself. Heartsy finding the first one for Muskingum onto Zerky. Heartsy finding a second. Clip taking so much damage. Heartsy's taken down by Blanc, though. The trades come back, but it's a 3v2 now in Muskingum's favor. Health not in their favor, however. Smart taking a lot of damage as he tries to run in there. Now a 2v2. Plant gonna go down from Smart.
Hacking away on the keyboard. They're going to get the last clicks in there and will plant the diffuser there. So now into a 2v2. Dokebi very low on HP though, so Saints, I would say they definitely have the advantage. They don't really have any more utility. Shots come through. 3 on the round for Blanc, and he's going to find his 4th of the round. The Saints are going to take this one, take round 1 on Villa, and completely much better start than last round.
Yeah, start the momentum, and once again, it's Blanc with a 4K to take round 1 for the Saints. First one on the board for them. That's his second 4K of the series now.
A couple more of those, I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta feel good if you're Blanc here. Salty Boy as well, finding that initial pick onto Reserve, a player who we've seen has some crazy shots behind him. You know, he has that potential in him, so being shut down very early is great to see.
I love Frost. I affectionately call them the rat traps because you just you pick the most obscure, weird places where you would just like, there's no reason for a trap to be, and then you just do that bear trap snap upstairs, and you're like, oh, got one of them. So I love the pick coming out. Definitely obviously a heavily defensive pick, Salty Boy. Probably gonna play pretty safe unless he ends up try to play some Battle Frost or something. But Saints, maybe now that they got the first round, try to play a little bit slower and just try to, you know, make Muskingum play into their utility more.
Yeah, Frost is definitely one of those picks where I think just screams Siege. I think it's so like iconic to Siege. And, you know, of course, Frost being Canadian as well, gotta rep.
Love it, yeah.
Gotta rep the Canadians, Frost and Buck. But yeah, we've seen some crazy, you know, flips of rounds come out from some Frost traps. Teams just completely forget that the Frost traps exist, pop through a window, and there you are, just stuck there.
Yeah.
Downed and waiting for some help or waiting to be picked off.
And the best part is the later you get into the round, obviously people know what operators are alive and like what utilities out there, but sometimes, like you said, if you're in a heavy fight, it can slip the mind. You walk through a doorway you didn't check, you jump through a window you didn't realize over a ledge, you mantle something, and all of a sudden, snapped up in the trap and someone's coming up to finish you there. And so far, both teams to say, we're going to get the early doors shot up by the attacking side or just try to get some info. Ooh, got a couple shots to the wall there, so nothing too crazy. Just trying to poke through and see if you can see a little head there.
Yeah, trying to find any kind of footsteps, but both doors from that room are castled up there, so it's going to take a lot of effort from Heartsy here to try and do it. Just setting up the mute right beside it. They know he's going to try and push through it, so don't let any drones get through there.
I love the melee. It's just it's the best thing to
Keep going. Just beat away at it. Eventually, it's going to work.
Oh, my goodness. So good.
Reserve. A long angle here. There's one just about to peek him, and there it is. Nezzy with the first blood for the Saints. We saw how well that worked for them last round. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Nezzy with the second in the round. Double kill on him now. That MP5 potent from the castle.
Yeah, so far, great job by Nezzy to find these first two picks, and now Muskingum, this severely limits their abilities offensively. They didn't lose any too valuable utility as far as like breaching and getting on site. You know, Jackal's not going to give you that much, and Iana's mostly to try to get clear outs and find those weird picks or gather info. So not really anything to like sort of like breach the site or like get through those first two layers of utility. So if you're St. Clair, I would just sit down on the bomb site, not move, and just play this clock.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the Amaru pick from Smart there.
Oh,
That's a new one from him.
Yeah.
And I like to see it. I think Amaru is really cool. How you can
grapple
just
hook,
grapple.
right?
Yeah, you can just grapple through a window or a hatch, and it allows for some very aggressive plays that you don't often see in Siege.
There it is.
There it is. You know, you forget about the Frost traps, and it comes back to literally bite you.
Yeah, they haven't found the kill just yet, though, so not maybe exactly what they're looking for, but maybe hopefully they'll get the finish here, or at least on the right side. It completely immobilizes one of the enemies. They actually did find the res, though, but still, lots of damage. Blunt gonna find a kill there. So now the Saints, massive numbers advantage, 5v1, and with all things being said here, they will close it out in flawless fashion.
That was a great angle at the end there from Blunt. Look at this. Pixel peek, the classic Siege there.
I couldn't even see him.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell that he was there. But, you know, that's why they're on the team and we're casting, because their eyeballs are a little better than ours. I traded mine for my voice.
Yeah.
So.
I think I'd have to agree in that sentiment as well. I couldn't even, I think we saw an elbow there in that peak, and that's all it takes in Siege. You find an elbow, someone's 20 HP, hey, that's going to be a drop-off. And Saints, far different game from game one. They still look like they're finding the early picks, but the good thing is they're not really being overly aggressive to get them. They're just kind of sitting back, playing off the info, and like that first kill we saw Salty Boy get, it was pretty much a free kill. Reserve was laying down, peeking through that long angle through the wall, but if you get wide swung on, you can't really swing while prone that quickly, so great job to find that early pick, and then the Saints just moving off the numbers after that.
Yeah, and in the end, these first two rounds, it's come down to the fact that, in my opinion, the two key players from Muskingum, Smart and Reserve there, shut down very early in both of these rounds.
So for the Saints, we saw, I think it was Salty Boy got a couple kills, and we saw obviously the great play from Nezzy to get a couple kills as well there. So Saints got some things going for them there. Muskingum trying to battle back here, trying to find not the equalizer, but, you know, trying to get back in the game here at some point. And the Saints setting up this defense once again. Castle Mute, classic combination, going to be on the Jaeger and the Smoke. So pretty much standard fare as far as Siege goes. And then for the attacking side, still going with the Dokebi and the Yana. So maybe a little bit of a wrinkle for Muskingum. They're not going to change anything just quite yet.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going with this one, although Fuse, Smart now on the Fuse.
Yep.
a Maru pick didn't work out for him, so
it's a tough pick if you don't have everything going.
Yeah,
for you,
that's true. Yeah. So moving back to the tried and true fuse, we saw how well it worked in that cafe map, and I've definitely seen the pick on Villa more than a few times.
Yeah.
Unk into an early gunfight here, and he's going to lose that one to Hardcy. And there it is, first blood of the round. Once again, we saw this trend. First blood wins the round. Let's see if Muskingum can keep that alive. Air jabs being set up from Clip here. As Reserve using that utility and pretty much droning out this whole floor with the Iona.
And the one saving grace for the Saints is that at least it was Castle that died, so he already got all of his utility out there. I would assume he used all the walls already. It's not like your smoke dying where you really can't play for like that retake or that second wave, that second push from Muskingum. And I suspect the way they have been playing that they're probably going to send it sooner or later once they realize like, okay, we have numbers. They're just waiting for a little bit more information. And Dokebi gonna get right on the info, gonna hack into that tablet, and we'll take control of the defending cameras there.
Yeah, now they've got access to the cameras, which is very, very valuable. That's what you play Dokebi for. And with the numbers advantage as well, and now available for all cameras, the Saints have to start thinking about, okay, are we going to shoot out our own cameras?
Yeah.
Because you've got to deny as much intel as possible. Reach going to come off there from Smart. Now sending in the drone. One more from Reserve onto Nezzy. As the numbers advantage grows.
Reload.
We've seen Muskingum, when they get this numbers advantage, they slowly start to put that squeeze on. We're going to see Reserve go into the clone there, try to get some info, going to run out, and just basically you're going to run out going like willy-nilly, all ooga-booga, and just try to find anything because you're going to get sent back anyways. You're going to come out of the clone, so find whatever info you can and then get back there and then reset. And look now, see, it's going to be a 5v3. They're pretty much going to walk through this utility. Although Smoke, the one linchpin, and Reserve going to find two, going to find three on the round. Is going to get shut down there by Zerky, but wow, a lot of kills coming through, and St. Clair now kind of reeling.
Zerky now shut down, but the SMG-11 in hand, he's able to find another one, but shut down by Hardcy. Another, standout player from Muskingum who was able to find, I believe that was the second kill for Hardcy that round. And they're able to pick up their first one of the map.
First blood remains true. I wonder how long this streak's going to go, man.
Really? But I think that just speaks to the kind of game Siege is.
Yeah.
How key and how team-oriented it is.
Mr. Worldwide getting busted back out for the side of St. Clair. Love to see it.
Wasn't banned this time.
No, yeah. Not going to get banned. And the thing with Pulse is that he's really good at playing off his teammates, but usually you put the player that's like kind of that lone roamer to kind of go either scout for info or at least try to find one or two picks before going down. So curious to see if they send him to go try to get these picks or just try to play a little more defensive with it. But say that's the beautiful thing about Siege. There's so many different ways to play these operators and so many different things you can do, but very curious to see. We're going to see the exact same comp again from Muskingum, so. Or no, you're going to have one switch up there, I believe, so. They've been pretty consistent with their choices, though.
Flores, I like seeing Flores. Essentially, he's got a drone that has a nitro cell attached to it.
I mean, yeah.
And it's a slow drone,
like
don't get me wrong.
yeah,
it's not as maneuverable as the classic drone. I don't even think it can jump if I'm correct.
Dear God, I hope not.
Yeah.
Jumps
over a window and
yeah.
throws everyone in there. But yeah, I think he's a great attacker, and it really helps add to that attacker arsenal of info. Because there's not a lot of characters that just get extra drones that can also blow up hatches while you're nowhere near.
Yeah, Twitch, you said Twitch, hold my beer.
Yeah.
It's cute that you got 3 shocks, even though it used to be like 12 or 13, but say that the explosibility there, just definitely an interesting wrinkle, something to be a little worried about. If you're the side of the Saints, you want to make sure no robots running around your feet, they're causing havoc. And a little more drone information out of here going top side down. Muskingum, they seem to like to play top down regardless of the site, and not necessarily a bad idea because they say coming down from like the hatches, you can kind of split push, send util through the front door, have someone bust down the hatch, try to clear out those angles. So definitely a viable strategy, and both teams right now just searching for that desperate in.
Yeah, Reserve though, not even opting for the drone or the Iona ability, just going to be clearing every angle raw. Walking up, slowly creeping up towards this higher floor here. Now, see Hardcy forced back from that Aruni gate. He's going to have to drop down here. No Saints around him, though. Once again, this just means more of the map that is available for Muskingum to be able to have free reign of another air jab set up there on the flank.
Yeah. A really good clear from Muskingum to use the nade to stop the lasers, get that little second you need to get through, and then just get that air jab down the back stairs. And Salty Boy gonna have to get out of dodge here. Very, very dangerous position. And the Saints, they know they can't really afford to lose first blood or anything like that. Dokebi is gonna find some scans here. They did get a Jackal ping as well. One kill gonna come through from both sides. Nezzy and Zmark gonna trade out. So now down to a 4v4. Muskingum. Maybe we'll quick reset and try to figure it out from here, but one's going to be down as well. Salty Boy actually gets spotted out in the bottom floor there, so Clip going to find the kill, and now 4v3, and find no Muskingum, they're going to start to put the pressure on.
Yeah, they're going to keep this pressure going with only reserve down, too. You've got a few agents that can, or a few operators that can pretty well battle it out here. Dokebi's got a very good weapon as well. Yeah. And Jackal, of course, another one.
C7E, baby.
Yeah, but now it's just going to be down to Zerky there left on the site. Smoke Anchor. We know how solid that SMG-11 is. It's the siege gun.
This might be...
This could be bad.
It's on
the
a
Raspberry Pi gonna explode.
So you can jump, but it's on a delay timer, so you can't just like face check someone. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I was going to say, when it jumped, I was like, there's no shot. That's how it works, but... Little 2-second timer. He did find a ton of damage though, so gonna find at least some value. Muskingum does have the diffuser now. They are gonna send out a second drone here, so trying to get these Saints out of these corners. Gonna jump in. Will he find any damage? At least Clip is gonna find the kill off the back of it though. So now down to a 4v2 in the Saints. This is going to be a pretty hard hold. Smoke now out of grenades as well, so once that last smoke comes down, these last 10 seconds are going to be very hectic.
Yeah, Muskingum attack just so coordinated in these last few rounds, and now, once again, last second plant going to come down. Zerky trading one back here, trying to even out these numbers. He knows Smart very low. This shotgun could be so powerful. Finds one. The Claymore took him down, though. Trongo now left in the 1v1 against Clip. Diffuser is planted.
Pros don't fake. Hold it.
He's just going to hold it. 1 second left. And the defuse is good. He couldn't break through. Clip trying to break through that barricade there, but not in time. The defuse
look how close.
Stuck from Trongo.
That was very, very risky. As you see, the second that diffuser went down, bullets came flying by the dozen there, and Saints, just an excellent play to hold that site. All looked lost there. Honestly, things did not look good for them. It looked like they were kind of down bad, but way to battle back. That shotgun kill, I don't know if that person was low HP, but that was something interesting.
Yeah, that was smart. Yeah, Smart was at like 1 HP there, which was, I loved seeing the switch to the shotgun. Yeah. So I was like, it just takes one bullet from that spread. Yeah. And even with the tighter spread with the ADS, able to find it. Yeah, the Claymore was just added to the sheer chaos of that final 10 seconds there.
That's why the late rushes are so tough too. Like, it sounds good on paper when you rush 4v2 with advantage, but luckily Smoke stayed alive, able to keep them back till that 8-second mark, and then you run in thinking about, the smokes are down. There's a couple Claymores on the floor and a couple guys with shotgun sitting in the corner here, so great job by the Saints to battle back and say push the lead to 3-1 now.
Yeah, and now Zerky going to be picking up that Arunia. Salty Boy moving back to the Frost, which we saw was very, very valuable the last time it came around. Pretty much taking Clip out of the round. He was able to get revived that round, but when you're down for so long, you know that a teammate's going to be going to revive that player. So you're either playing for 2 kills or you just finish him off and take the numbers advantage where you can. Immediately taking out these cameras, getting all set up for this push here. Smart back on the Finka. Comfort pick seems like it for him.
Comfortable for your teammates too. I don't mind a little juice in the arm to go run off and try to get some frags. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I get that. Especially if you're like someone gets tagged down low. If they're able to get a trade before like equal damage, you get that little bit of that little burst of adrenaline, the adrenaline rush, and you get like increased like the ADS recoil is like significantly reduced as well. So you can send someone in for that second fight that they might not be quite ready for, and you can find a lot of value. And Muskingum now just trying to find value out of anything, trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, these peek holes and rotate holes being set up by the shotgun there on the smoke. Or on the mute, actually, as Nezzy takes a lot of damage at the starting of the round there. A little bit more as well. Dangerously low now. He's just going to opt to rotate out and have to give up that space. You can't take any more of those gunfights. Hardzy tossing a drone in. He's going to find someone right there. It's actually Blunk. Blunk's ready for this fight. He wants to take it.
Both of these teams just seem ready for everything right now. Every single fight. Reserve is going to find the first one, though. And Smart going to get the res there as well. I think he went down and I think got the Finka juicer. Yeah, got the little boost there to go back up on his feet there. So very, very good timing. Keeping that in the back pocket. And Reserve once again going to find Blunk going to go roaming. Going to try to hop out, trying to find a kill, but got tagged up, actually got downed as well. So what to be maybe a smart, aggressive play, backfires completely. Reserve now has 3 on the ground. Clip gonna find the 4th. Adrenaline Rush is gonna come through, and now the Saints, yeah, looking pretty dicey.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna rush down Zerky here. Zerky playing pretty tricky here, though. Very, very tricky. Now that the diffuser starts to come down, you hear that, you gotta try and push it.
Yep.
You can't put yourself in that timing situation. You know, once that diffuser comes down, you've only got, I believe it's 45 seconds after that diffuser comes down, and when you're in a 1v4, you gotta keep the time on your side. That's gonna be 2nd round for Muskingum now. Keeping it even, trying to not let that lead slip away from them.
Yep. The one thing too about the being on the diffuse timer is that if you're contesting the diffuse, you can be in like permanent overtime time delay, but being in a 1v3 or 1v4, that's not really going to last too long. And the Saints, they kind of know that, try to go there, find a couple frags, but nothing doing that last run. And now, as we said, the Saints clinging to a 1-round lead. We're going to see once again the Finka going to come through, the Zofia, Dokebi, Iana. So this team clearly, like, they want to get in there and they want to fight. This is clearly a team that wants to skirmish. They want to breach quickly, go set up those engages, play off the air jabs as much as possible. And the Saints obviously completely just hunker down, try to sit, absorb those rushes, set up a cheeky little frost trap here and there, try to find a pick, and then just eventually, as we said, just try to find those early picks.
So again, the early picks have just been the absolute killer in this game, and still Muskingum, while the attacking side not going as well as on that cafe map, it's definitely working out for them. Even though they're down around, I see them pretty well on par with the Saints on this map.
Yeah, this has been a pretty even back and forth match. The Saints, we saw that crazy. And one of the rounds the Saints won, we saw it was a 4v2, all looked lost. They somehow spin it on its head and end up winning the round. So both these teams capable of pulling pretty miraculous things off, but it's that consistency of like executing the site or locking down the site, say finding those early picks, roaming at the proper times, because Blanc, he got caught hand in the cookie jar last time, went for the roam and got shredded out immediately, and then just one more man down for the Saints, and then it's trouble from there.
Yeah, and Muskingum is much more cautious of these frost mats now. We saw Smart just go and ping almost, I think it was 2 that he found there with the 1 zone drone. So now they've got an idea of where these are set up. They know there's a 3rd one somewhere around the map.
Where is it though?
So that one taps the castle wall. Zofia utility there. Nezzy taking a little bit of damage at the starting of the round. Nezzy seems to always find himself in these early fights here. Blanc.
Same with Blanc too though, usually. I feel like he's either getting someone low or he's the one that's low HP as well.
Yeah, the two of them love to start out those rounds with the fight. It could just be the angles that they play as well.
And I guess playing Jaeger and Castle, you're kind of using all your utility in the early rounds for the most part, and then at that point, you're like, at this point, I'm just kind of a weapon at this point, so might as well go try to play some kind of weird angle, because it's not like Smoke where you're waiting. The longer the round goes, like, the more value you kind of get. It's like, I put my walls up, I'm done now. And now Daddy Lars is going to find first blood there on Trongo.
Yeah, Trongo chipped down a little bit, and then finally going to be picked up by Lars there. Iana going to be coming in. Reserve clearing out a lot of these angles. Smart also has this window open straight onto B. Bomb there. There's the Iana drone going to come out. And now he's going to be able to clear out most of this site for free. At least get info on 1 or 2 Saints.
Yep.
They're going to fall through the wall though, so I think a boost did come out. But no push mounted just yet.
Yeah, I think they realized they might want to, run in there with the Finka Adrenaline, but it is 5v4. I think they know they have Nezzy tagged down as well from that first engagement, so they're kind of assuming the fact that we can just play like 1-for-1 trades or maybe find a pick or 2 here, we can win it. They are going to find their second kill. Z-Mark down very low. Won't get the Adrenaline boost though, so a little extra HP for the time being. Good his teammates, a little speed boost there as well. And now 3v4, Zerky is going to find one. A couple of trades. Actually, Zerky going to find Salty Boy going to find one there. Going to pick up 2 on the Frost there.
2 on the Frost. Zerky finding his second of the round, completely flipping this round on its head. Smart left a little bit of health to their name there. The Finka boost coming through. That adrenaline rush. Let's see if the adrenaline can carry him all the way to a 1v3 victory here. 7 seconds left in the round. Smart finds one. Has to try and find these kills before the time runs out, and there it is. Defenders taking the round. St. Clair College now 4-2. This is the exact score that we saw when, the Saints started to try and mount their comeback, and then Muskingum was able to just keep going. And You know, it's weird to think that we saw a 7-2 on the Saints map pick, and now on Muskingum's map pick, it's Saints who are taking the lead.
I mean, why not, right? At this point,
Yeah.
Let's go back and forth, flip-flop. We are going to see a couple variations coming through this time. We're going to see the ace for Salty Boy. Going to see Trongo on the Flores yet again, but we are going to see Malusi coming through for Zmart and Thunderbird coming through for Heartsy. So a couple changes, nothing too crazy from what they've been using normally, but good to see a couple Ringos now that we're switching sides.
Yeah, I think we saw Thunderbird in like 2 rounds in that last game, but yeah, not something they pull out too often. And I think that's been, from last year, from what I remember, it is one of those picks that people will throw into the comp to kind of switch up that defender comp when they need it. And coming into this half, they're just going to start it off with that Thunderbird here.
Oh, we'll have to see, will they be able to attack as well as they defend? Because I know certain maps are going to be like attack or defense side, and I feel like they'll have a proper attack unless you're just getting early kills. You have to be a little bit more coordinated because defense, you can't randomly throw stuff around, but you can chuck barbed wire at like the 5 exterior doors to the site, put a couple Jaeger devices up, and you're kind of chilling for a little bit. Attacking, you really have to pick where you want to drone, what floor do we think they're on, because ultimately, say attacking side, they have full building control at the start, because of course they do. In defense, playing that guessing game for the first little while, so curious to see if the Saints can keep up the pace here on offense.
Yeah, they gotta make something work here. You don't want to let that lead get any closer than it already is. You want to keep extending that as much as possible. Nezzy on the Jackal this time. Already breaking down one of those windows, reloading the shotgun, getting ready to blow up some more rotate holes for him and some more barricades. Trongo now in the building. First one in after Nezzy. Nezzy clearing out a lot of these angles towards that bathroom. And moving over towards the main, just the main kind of concourse of Villa here, center of the map.
Trongo holding down Trophy here, going to send the drone out, I believe, try to get some info. They are going to get the Jackal scan. They're going to find Jaeger, try to bust up this barbed wire. So a little bit of info received. Looks like Muskingum is waiting on this play. They saw the drone, and they were the one tap coming through reserve, dropping off Nezzy, and just like that, Muskingum going to take first blood of that round.
Now Trongo having to actually retreat out of that building for a sec so that he can be safe while he takes this Flores drone in there. Once again, first blood taken from Muskingum. Raided back by Blunk on the Nomad. Now they're going to have to keep charging forward. Zerky taking tons of damage there as reserve. It's going to fall to Trongo, but not after being good for 2 himself this round.
That's so sad. As you said, going to go 2 for 2. Actually, 3 going to fall. There's Zmart is going to find one there. So now Muskingum, they do have the advantage. St. Clair, they do have the diffuser at least. They don't have to go recover it anywhere, but it's still going to be a very tall task. I think that's the last air jab for Blunk as well. So Saints getting a little bit low on utility there, kind of burning the nades to get to the lasers. Going to drone a bit, but that mute still up and active. Actually jumps over the jammer there, so really good job. But second jammer on the backside going to catch him there. So no more info to be gathered, and now it's all in engagements.
Yeah, tries to spam it out there, but Smart's too quick on him. Blunk gonna fall from another angle there as Salty Boy finds 1 kill for himself, and it's Salty Boy in the 1v2 on Ace here.
Oh, they know where he is.
Forced to reload as well. And now position has been given away from all this spam, and you can see how just solid this setup is now from Muskingum. They're not moving. Yeah,
I mean, once you get that info, he has to go plant the diffuser. I was saying plant the bomb. It's a diffuser, but once they have that info, why would you move? If you're holding cross angles, and see, the thing is, Salty Boy's gonna have to try to pre-fire these angles because you're gonna lose the fight otherwise. And just like that, Heartsy gonna shut him down, and Muskingum trying to claw back in this game. They'll take that round.
Yeah, Muskingum able to just play the waiting game there.
Yep.
On that round, as they've got the numbers advantage, they've got the crossfire set up. So not only that, but they had all the info on Salty Boy. So the second he starts rotating away, you know he's not pre-firing the one angle. All right, he's moving to the other angle he can pre-fire. Let's move over and set up a crossfire there. And we saw how perfectly set up that was for them to be able to finish that round. And they're close to evening it up.
This has been the second map has been significantly more entertaining than the first one, not just because of the result. I think just the engagements we're seeing. We're going to see the Thorn coming out. So the beautiful thing about Siege is that you pick every round, and continuously people are going to try new stuff and mix it in the new operators there.
Attackers need to locate
yeah,
and
so
defuse bomb.
yeah, I don't know how new Thorn is exactly, but it looks like it's the same color as Grim, the other one that we looked at.
Yep.
So I'm assuming dropped at the same time. That's usually what they do in Siege.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
the caught on to their tricks.
Yeah, I have caught on to, I've caught on to their release schedule. Yeah, so that's interesting. Looks like she's got like almost like a CZ in the pocket there.
Pocket rocket.
Yeah. 27 bullets in it too. I don't know anything that Thorn does, so I'm kind of interested to see what utility they have.
Yeah, that'd be very. It looks like they have the deployable shield. At least is her second ability there, her second piece of utility. So maybe she wants to sit behind the shield, or maybe hunker down to like lock down a site possibly based on the shield. Because usually the operators that have the shields are like the more hunker down ones, not like the offensive ones, the ones that are going to go out and try to find those engages. So very curious to see what happens. And ultimately for the Saints, pretty similar fare on the other side into the Ace, the Jackal coming through the Zofia. And that's funny, right? When Jackal's not banned, he is absolutely still picked every single time he's available.
Yeah, because being able to ping someone out off of them walking in the room a while ago, it's so valuable. I think every single info ability in Siege, you have to see the person.
Yeah.
You have to see the person, see their ability, something like that. But no, Jackal just gets to, track footsteps out.
Yeah. Oh, early pick for Zerky. Gonna take down Clip right away. So great job on the reverse repel there. And Saints gonna drop first blood, and great start if you're on the attacking side here.
Yeah, now they've got full pressure to just move in here. Salty Boy taking a little bit of damage, but forcing Reserve off of that angle as well. Now they're going to take it close. Nezzy, does he win that one? He does win it against Reserve, but Smart's there for the trade on that SMG. It looks like, yeah, Thorn's got an SMG, like an Uzi type. Salty Boy can more damage this round too. You've got the diffuser in hand, and you're the team's hard breach. Can't be dying this early. It'll make it a tall task for the rest of your team to try and take this site.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can pass the diffuser player to player like you could in Valorant or other games. I think once somebody has it, they have it till death. I may be wrong about that. I'd have to double check, but I'd say especially if your hard breacher goes down with that diffuser, and if you're hard breaching, you're usually getting your hands there, you're getting in there, you're trying to create some space. So losing that diffuser in a bad spot, not going to give you a lot of value. St. Clair is going to finally get info on both sides here. Muskingum is down a player, so they're just going to try to weather the storm of the Saints here and find these crossfires.
Yeah, I think you're right on that diffuser, because I think they pick it in operator select.
Yes.
When they pick who has the diffuser,
yep.
because one person has to tap it. Blunt getting shot down a lot there, and look at that shotgun around the corner. Lars is ready for this. Boom!
Oh,
there it is. Waiting in that angle. Shotgun from the smoke, and then of course got that SMG-11 in the back pocket for when you really need to hit those taps. Salty Boy so low here, having to try and make something work, but he's able to find one onto Smart. Player advantage now alive for him.
He saw his head.
They've got Lars pinned down in this corner as well. There it is, 3-1. Heartsy evening it out, and this is doable for Heartsy. The plant now coming down. Be able to find two. Tags up Trongo a lot. The diffuser does come down, but now it is anyone's game here. Advantage to Saints since they have the diffuser down, but health is so even right now.
Yeah. Trongo does have the AR, so a little bit longer range might favor him, but as we see the health, honestly, it's going to come down to who hits a shot. Nitro Cell is going to come through, not going to find anything quite there. Going to keep baking the diffuser. Maybe try to draw a peek here because no other utility. Going to toss a flash out. Or maybe get a pop flash, try to find that kill. Going to stick the diffuse. Another flash coming out. Going to have to back off the diffuse though, so time still being wasted here. Trongo going back and forth with Heartsy, and Trongo comes out on top. The Saints are going to shut that one down, and they will take round 8.
Beautiful, beautiful post-plant play from Trongo there, using every piece of utility at his disposal to be able to take that round, making it 5-3. Saints looking to make that 7 come quick.
Yeah, and after map 1, definitely a breath of fresh air if you're the Saints, and say just kind of settling in, getting these kills. And as we see this time, we saw a couple gunfights last time where it just seemed like they were maybe just missing shots or a little bit off in the aim, just whether it was nerves or, you know what I mean, just mechanically stuff happens, obviously. In this game, they just seem to be hitting everything. They're finding the angles at the right time. Salty Boy, as we said, gets the info on Lars. They basically 3-stack him into a corner, force him out of there, try to get him off that short corner shotgun to, you know, open up that plant site, try to get some space there and make things happen. And now, like you said, the Saints on 5-3 and looking to try to push this to game point here by taking this round.
Yeah, game point would be big for the Saints here. Definitely would put Muskingum in a tough situation. Smart pulling out another new pick for us. Catcan coming out
Endless
this time.
pool.
as the rest of the team seems to stick to their tried and true, but Smart's just, apparently this guy's operator pool is all 45 that are in the game. Like,
Captain, I mean, listen, it's a guy you're playing against him. You're like this operator, man. It's not a great time, but he gives supreme value still. Even after all these years, he just gives you so much value with those traps. They do so much damage. They can just cripple a team before they can actually entry. And the good thing is, when they know there's Capkin, they're going to be a lot more hesitant to push anything, and that can maybe give you that extra second to peek a corner, bust through a window, try to find a roam or something. So the Saints, see what kind of answer they have here for this another new operator pick from the side of Muskingum.
Yeah, the Capcan trap, similar to the Frost Mats, it's just that looming threat of
just
like
a lot louder.
When I walk, yeah, just a lot louder. It's like that looming threat of when I walk through this door, am I gonna get blown up? And Trongo blowing up smart. I don't know if that takes down the utility though. I believe the traps are still up, but
traps will stay up. Yeah. Does Nezzy take half his health every single round?
Yeah, I think every single round he's just fine with it.
I feel it's like the exact same percentage health, dude. Just under that second bar every single time. But the Saints, they did find that early pick on Smart. Reserve also tagged down very low. Oh, the Zerky had shot for another quarter second there. He finds a kill. Just two members outside this window trying to find the pick. Great job to shut down the peak there from Zerky.
And now Muskingum taking it back to straight up even 4-on-4 siege here. Neutralizing that first pick. But neutralizing Smart that early is very big for the Saints. Reserve finding the kill on the alibi. Reserve was very low health there as well.
Yep.
Making the value for his team even after taking all that damage. Now the Saints once again playing on the back foot here on this attacker's side.
Peeking behind the deer statue there, trying to find something. Backside a trophy there. Bonk is going to try. He's going to get tagged up. Now down to a 4v2 for Muskingum, so they're definitely feeling pretty good. Both bombs have been discovered, but nobody currently has a diffuser. Kind of in no man's land for the Saints. We'll have to go recover that, but it's not going to be an easy task in Muskingum. They're going to be ready for it. All right, Nezzy is going to find the pick, though, so maybe the space the Saints need to operate. It's two picks coming through, so just like that. Now into a 2v2 in Reserve, as we said earlier. Pretty low on HP, so the Saints could very easily swing this one back.
Yeah, and I mean, with two players left, Trongo being pretty well the clutch player for the Saints this entire game. The few clutch rounds that they've had, it's been Trongo there who was in that 1v1. So if there's anyone you want left at the end of the round, it's Trongo.
Leave it to Trongo.
Leave it to Trongo. Reserve getting some health back there.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
It is, they pick up the
There we
diffuser.
go. Yeah, fine little step for the